Who among us hasn't heard the story passed down of George Washington, that lion in winter, reclined on his deathbed, rich mahogany dentures resting on his nightstand, a single candle flickering. "Martha," he said with his dying breath, "when I'm gone, free all the slaves, and make sure they set election day on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. On even years only, if you please." Nobody remembers? Oh, that must be because I made it up to prove a point. Even if we didn't set election day to grant George Washington's dying wish, the actual reason is just as ridiculous. The reason we hold elections like we do is because James K. Polk, 11th president and embracer of the Missouri Compromise, signed a law in 1845 to improve voter access, and it's never been updated since. The reason this was done was the United States was an agricultural society at the time. Those were horse and buggy days. By November, the fall harvest was over, and setting elections on a Tuesday gave everyone plenty of time to travel to the county seat after church on Sunday with enough time to wrap up elections before Wednesday, market day. Back when it took 2 days for some to get to the polls, voter turnout averaged around 80%. Tradition is a stupid reason to keep this inconvenient relic of the antebellum period. It doesn't take anybody 2 days to get to the polls now. It is a much bigger problem for many to take time out of a work day to wait online at the polls and do their civic duty. In a report from the U.S. Census Bureau after the 2014 electoral debacle, non-voters gave schedule conflicts as the #1 reason for not showing up on election day. About 28% of all non-voters said they were too busy to drop everything on a November Tuesday and vote. The number was 37% for working-age voters. It's likely that moving election day to a weekend or expanding early voting for everyone could increase voter turnout. It wouldn't require a constitutional amendment or anything, but the people in power aren't interested. Election day is just one of the things we take for granted about our existing democratic system. It is viewed as natural and inevitable that we should vote on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. Like everything about our system, this law was created by people, with what were probably good reasons at the time. But nothing says we have to keep things the same way forever, especially if what was once helpful in increasing voter turnout now has the opposite effect. We can change election day to whenever we want. We can make it on a weekend, we can make it a holiday, we can change it to whatever is most convenient for the majority of people in this country. Because it is important, and we want people to vote. At least I do. I know the rich and powerful feel differently, which is another great reason to change when we vote. Let's make them pay.